Hello, welcome to our presentation that is titled SCC Meetings. My name is Josh Mueller, and I will be your host for this presentation. We want to welcome you to the module that will be providing a brief overview of how we organize and conduct our meetings. In this presentation, we'll cover the following topics: frequency, the platforms that we utilize, parliamentary procedure, reporting information pre and post meeting, and of course, the resources that you have available to you. We intend to model the expectations that we hold for each of the sports club member organizations. To that end, we have gathered and stored resources to supplement any forms of training that may be utilized as presented. As we know, there are copies of this material that is available to each of you in the All Members folder located in Google Drive. We do not find the need to address and adhere to this guidance that's been provided, exclusive only to the Sports Club Executive Board. In fact, these are commonly encountered best practices to deal appropriately with mostly common issues, or even the unusual ones. Either way, there should be little doubt or uncertainty as to what to do and when to do it. Needless to say, lack of planning may lead to an embarrassing situation, such as we see here. This is the infamous Fail Mary, aka the inaccurate reception. Let's get into the different types of meetings that we hold. First, they're held every Monday from 12:15 to 2 o'clock, unless we've scheduled or there is some other event that is taking place that would take precedence, which to my knowledge doesn't happen. And then the frequency of these meetings is that they alternate every other week. So each month, on average, we should have 2 sports club council, where you send your club representative, and 2 executive board officer meetings, where it is generally just the sports club council executive board per month. So if you send a council rep, they should be attending generally 2 meetings per month. And as far as location, currently we are utilizing Zoom as a digital platform in order to remain remote during this time. But normally we would be located in the East Lounge over by the Recreation Services desk in Building 12 when we're in person. And of note, these meetings are not held during designated holidays, as previously mentioned, or during academic breaks. And so some of those examples might be Thanksgiving, spring break, which we just came back from, or any major holidays that the school deems worthy of giving us a day off. So, parliamentary procedure, aka how to run your meetings. And can anyone guess what the name of this manual of procedures might be? You got it, Robert's Rules of Order. Let's give you a little history of Robert's Rules as provided by Wikipedia. The manual was first published in 1876 by U.S. Army officer Henry Martin Robert, who adapted the rules and practice of Congress to the needs of non-legislative societies. 11 subsequent editions have been published, including major revisions in 1915 and 1970. The copyright to Robert's Rules of Order, newly revised, is owned by the Robert's Rules Association, which selects by contract an authorship team to continue the task of revising and updating the book. The 12th and current edition was released on September 1st, 2020. Let me repeat that. The 12th edition. So wait, you mean to tell me that enough people have found this legit to use it for over 200 years and to revise it no less than 12 times? What's in here? Directions to the Fountain of Youth? Elon Musk's Bitcoin account password? I mean, it's got to be something useful. I mean, they got to know what they're talking about with all this. Am I right? Or am I right? It's okay. I already know. And if you don't know, well, now you know. So glow red. Moving on. We get into the area of reporting your meetings. Does anyone recognize this individual? Does the name Gloria Romero mean anything to you? So who is this Gloria Romero person exactly? I'm going to tell you. She was a California state senator and college professor who authored the document which we use to ensure accurate, timely, and publicly accessible minutes, aka the recordings, that are taken and maintained from our meetings. Other aspects that are addressed in this document include when a closed meeting can take place and how to report what took place without disclosing every detail in said closed session. They're also covered what topics of discussion can be taken into a closed meeting. It's very specific, and any topic that's not covered and considered acceptable for a closed session is basically required to take place in a public session. And finally, there are penalties for the infractions of these policies, which can include up to a misdemeanor for the violations. So clearly some very important information, and this has been named Gloria Romero Open Meetings Act of 2000. So we get into resources, and as previously mentioned, a copy of these documents along with the supplemental items can be found in the All Members folder linked here, which is housed within Google Drive. And with that, I want to say thank you for your time, and we look forward to more discussions taking place during the Transition Retreat 2021 event.